One Piece Bounty Rush is pay to win. Or is it? Yes it is. That is the fate of all gacha games. The question lies in, how pay to win? Are we talking Wapple level? Celestial Dragon level? Could it be so pay to win that the top 100 leaderboard is reserved solely for those who sold their souls? Perhaps. But a man's cope will never die. And that is exactly why I've set out to accomplish this mission. No EX, solo queue only. Free to play to top 100. So that I may finally prove once and for all, ain't nobody born into this world to be a meta slave. The season begins, and I'm just gonna come out and say it. My first 3 days were the best of the entire season, and it's not even close. Everything after that just went downhill. So day 1 and 2, I breezed my first 7k points using an ASL King comp. King is a must run, or more generally speaking, a runner is a must run. King just happens to be the best one I got. He is a demon in an average solo queue match. Yes, he can get shut down very easily with a bit of coordination from the enemy team, but again, I'm talking about your average solo queue, in which case, it's like taking candy from a baby with him. Bounty Rush is objective based, and King plays for the objective. Unfortunately, none of that objective gameplay satiated my bloodlust. I need my KOs. Now, compared to a few months ago, my box is in a much better position. Back when I made my f2p to diamond video, I only had Shiryu in the Nashuro meta.
Just do it! Just fucking do it!
I now have Chopper, Kubo, and ASL, but ASL is the only one I find fun. He's also better at 5 stars than Shiryu is at 6, so you'd think I would have just ran him. Well, there was one and only one problem with that comp. I got rank 1 with ASL last season, meaning before this season even started, I played the shit out of ASL and barely played Shiryu. So, as you can probably guess, I began having withdrawal symptoms. Day 3, I swapped back to Shiryu, and I promise you, no addict has ever relapsed harder. I streamed my last 3k points to legend rank, which in hindsight was probably what made it so enjoyable. And after swapping to Shiryu, yeah, I wasn't winning as much as I could have, but that's part of the beauty. Alright, punching up is more fun than punching down. For my final match, I queued up against a 4-stack.
Jesus, what is that team?
And miraculously won. Nice! Oh my god. What the fuck? He just randomly DC'd? Oh my god, I put him in a genjutsu! Yes! And I got MVP. Now, it's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Yeah, okay. Okay, I might have got lucky that guy disconnected at the last second, but hey, we'll take it. That's a 4-stack, I don't care. That's a 4-stack, one dude disconnects at the last 5 seconds. That's a win. I would have won even if he didn't. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, after that Shiryu session, I never looked back at ASL again. Embarrassingly enough, up until this point, I wasn't even attempting this challenge. I had just unironically grinded 10k points for fun. And when the end of the stream came, I realized I was in top 100. It was only at that point that I decided I would stay there. And that was the last time I ever had fun. July 4th, 1776. Independence Day. The day our ancestors decided to plant their feet down and plant a flag down. 250 years later. It's 100 degrees outside, so I sit my fat ass down to play a little bit of Bounty Rush. And just like our founding fathers, a certain someone was doing a fair bit of flagging. That person was Tana P. Flagging my account and taxing my league score. This game has 2 scores, your league score and your battle score. League score is your elo, battle score is like time spent playing because it never goes down. In previous seasons, I usually manage 1k league score per 100k battle score. Maintaining that usually means I hit around a 65% win rate. On this day, the formula was broken. Somehow, in the time it took me to grind 1k league score, I accumulated 500k battle score. And I have no idea why. Well, actually, I do have an inkling. I lost 2,000 points from DCing. I could make a fucking collage. Thanks, Ton of P. One time I literally DC'd in the middle of 5-0ing the enemy team with 6 seconds remaining. Just boom! It got so bad, I made a fucking crash out video. I didn't release it because I don't want that to be my first video after months of nothing. And also because I'm not trying to get arrested. But let me at least say this. I am convinced that the problem is not 4 stacks.
Light work, no reaction.
I expected a surplus of 4 stackers on this day. The problem is how stupid your average player is. Cause these people, yeah, I'm going straight Orientalism. These people. Somebody tell me how these people managed to install the game. These people, I cannot tell if they are 80 years old or 8. Now let me go down a very small part of my crash out. Let's set the stage here. First, you got your occasional brain farts, like this guy. He accidentally procced the enemy's counter. Okay, not so bad, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Then you move up a level. For what reason does this king have to pick up base flag? I mean, alright, maybe his brain fart lasted like 5 seconds. Now explain to me why this guy just picked up our base flag and then punched me in my sternum. Did he just have a muscle spasm? Hey, just another day in solo queue. This one is a completely different problem. Where the others were a question of competence, this one is a question of sanity, and one that I feel may be hypocritical of me to complain about. Do you notice anything wrong with this matchmaking? I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. That's right, everybody. This guy brought Marco. And then he said, let's go. Buddy, I don't want to go nowhere with you. And as fate would have it, we ended up on the same team a couple of times, and we actually won some, so W Marco. I ain't complaining too much about Marco. This guy I am complaining about. This dude is actually patient 0 of my crash out. So let me paint this crime scene. We're down 3-2. Zoro Sanji spawn camping us. I kill Sanji, boom. My ally pops skill 1, traveling to the nearest treasure area, 2 feet in front of him. Brain fart, okay, whatever. And then he might be the only Gear 5 player in the world to ever get stunned by Whitebeard rocks. But, you know, I have a grandma, so I'm used to patiently waiting. Now I'm standing on the flag to boost my ally's capture speed. Except, silly me, I forgot to account for any potential CTE or short-term memory loss. Because my guy over here, he just abandons the flag. For no reason, he just abandons the flag and starts walking around. I guess he wanted some cardio, right? Maybe work on his blood pressure. And I actually think that must be the case because meat literally spawns right behind him. And he doesn't notice. I'm like, all right. At this point, he's got me stun locked because since when does Luffy go on a diet? But whatever, he completes his round trip and begins attacking the flag from another angle, where he just so happens to be perfectly in range of S-Snake skill 2 and dies immediately. What are we doing? Then you got this dude. I think he passed out holding the skill 2 button, or maybe Vegapunk got PTSD on this map. I cannot understand. Is he trying to ride off into the sunset? Take me with you, let's go! And so, day 4 ended, and I think I went up like 3,000 points. The same rate as day 1 to 3. Except, it took 5 hours. Luckily, I wisened up on day 5 and barely played.
Psych!
The exact same thing happened on day 5. Now, if you've watched my old video, Reader Played a Diamond, you may have heard me say this line before. I'm at 600k battle score, and at this rate, it'll take 6 million to reach Diamond. I don't even know if that's physically possible. Well, it fucking is. Where Luffy has the Will of D, I and all other top 100 grinders have what's called the lack of D. Talking about vitamins, okay? Get your mind out the gutter. Anyway, my original sentiment from then has not changed because I don't know if I could sustain sanity going for 6 million points. And I will never find out because this season will be my one and only attempt doing this shit. Attempting this challenge once has already qualified me to be on the Pure Evil Villains wiki. A second time and I am on par with Am.
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate.
This whole thing is pointless, by the way. There's no reward for hitting top 100 in League Battle besides a title. Challenge Battle is a better investment because you actually get account progression. Plus, I am broke as shit and desperate for medals. But for this silly thing called honor and glory. Yeah, now it's just you, disciple. It's just you. By the way, that game in the background was supposed to be a mirror match, but the guy never brought in Shiryu. My Padawan, the little bastard. So of course, I had to drop 6 kills on his ass, you know, for his own sake. But after the game, I discovered a terrible truth. Padawan, you got 174%? Oh, nah, he's just trying to farm the title. This coward, he just wants the title. What? Motherfucker was an imposter, dirtying the name of us Shiryu mains. And as much as it pained me to do, I had to initiate level 4 protocol. Fuck.
You are done.
Fucked.
Stay away from
Shiryu.
Do not go near him. Ever. You can't. If you try to interfere, I will kill your...
EX.
I will kill your...
Rainbow Diamonds.
I will kill your...
Triple Kaido set. Day 6. Bounty Fest Lucci drops today. And honestly, the challenge could have ended right here. He is very good. And I did pull him. Of course, Tana Pity took me to pity, because why wouldn't he? But anyway, as strong as Lucci was, I refused to use him. See, before starting this challenge, I added a rule in addition to no EX and solo queue only. That being, no recent units, as in no Bounty Fests that haven't been on a rerun banner yet. On day 1, this meant no Kyros, Hyrule, or Pika, and you might be wondering, why the hell not? This game does not give you enough resources to guarantee every Bounty Fest release. Even if you pull them, you can't get them to level 80, or sometimes you won't even be able to boost to them. Also, I don't feel like summoning those bum-ass characters. And so, I continued the grind with Shiryu and King. This day was much tamer than 4 and 5 in terms of 4 stacks and lag, but it was on this day that I made a stat tracker. You know how down bad you gotta be to make a fucking stat tracker? I was having a bad time. Lucci is yet another king counter, up there with Whitebeard and S-Snake. I could have used him myself. After all, no one would even know I made up this rule for myself to begin with. But alas, I cannot. Because if there was one lesson I took from One Piece, it would be the idea that it's about the journey, not the destination. A lesson I had to impart on a stranger I met on Pokemon Showdown. He said, One Piece is trash? Then I fucked him in the ass. Look at him! The sorry son of a bitch! Typhlosion sweep, motherfucker! Day 7. Tired. Just tired. Although I am proud to say I did not break my own rule, I did do something equally bad. I whipped out Boost 1 Chopper. Not only did I whip out Chopper, I whipped out Koala Chopper Comp. For those who don't know, Koala gives a 30% defense and attack stack to your primary unit. The defense stack is pretty easy to obtain, while the attack stack is doo-doo garbage. It's okay though, because Chopper only uses defense. And since Chopper already gave himself 50% defense, with this buff added on, I'll have an 80% defense boosted Chopper, stomping through League Battle. I went 3 and 7. Granted, they were 7 4-stackers, but that doesn't really change the fact that I whipped out this comp and then went negative 635 points. So, I think I'm gonna leave this comp on the bench until my support goes up a little. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. At the very least, I'm very pleased to announce that most of the turbulence was contained within the first week. After day 7, I started keeping track of where rank 100 was relative to me every day, making sure I stayed ahead of my competition by a solid 2k score. On day 8, I saw where all my Lucci luck went. They were giving out free level 100 Stussy with this banner, but at the rate provided, I would only get her there after the season ended. Luckily, I managed to pull her twice off tickets, and so I hit level 100 in advance. I boosted her and ran her with Shiryu, using 160% support instead of 154-150 hybrid I was doing earlier. And she did alright. I used her to push my last few thousand points into 20k. But overall, I can't trust these fucking teammates. The extra support percent was nice. If I had Vegapunk, I would have stuck to a green team, but I don't. And also the Lucci hype died quick. So once again, I returned to my trustworthy steed. It was smooth sailing from here on out. I put like 2 hours in each day, and it was working wonders. But I was stressed for the finale. Last season, our rank 1 player had 200k league score. This season, our rank 1 player far surpassed that, and so I assumed the top 100 cutoff would also be far higher. Last season, we ended with 42k, so I was expecting to at least need 45. Going into the last day, I had 37k points. I thought I had to grind fucking 10k. I forgot when exactly, but I remember checking in periodically throughout that day and seeing the top 100 rank go up 500 points every half hour. And so I fucking grinded. By my second hour today, I was already at 40k score. But I noticed something interesting. The rank 100 spot had kind of plateaued at 37k. I wanted to take it easy, but I have heard horror stories, cautionary tales about this exact thing. I think I remember hearing Soul talking about if you've never cried because you missed out on top 100 before, you're not a real OPBR player or some shit. And so, I didn't sleep that night. Anyhow, with 5 minutes left, this was my reaction. Don't expect me to jump out my seat or anything, because it is 1 a.m. Oh my god, Sky Gaza, please. Sky Gaza, please. I want that rank 69. I want it. But, Sky, do not make me fucking disconnect a game on purpose just to lose a match. Don't make me do it, because I will do it, alright? The Wi-Fi is already failing me. I don't even have to try. I'm just gonna jump in a game and it's gonna fuck me in the ass. And I will get that rank 69. Woo! Woo! That's what I'm talking about, Sky Gaza. That's what I'm talking about, Sky Gaza. We good, we good. Alright. This is it. Home. Domi Reversi. I return home. SS. 41,862 diamonds. New season. Of course, of course. Wait, what? Oh? Oh! It's here! Legend. 58? What? Oh. Okay, cool. You fucking hoe! It was 69! You bet! Sky Gaza, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You summers a bitch. I was so happy. But let's finally check this out. 58%. Okay. I was kind of worried that I was gonna do this entire challenge below a 50% win rate. I'm not gonna lie. Can't complain too much. Okay, let's see. 59. Shiryu has a higher win rate than King? That's what I like to see, y'all. I played a bunch of Odin, played a bunch of Stussies. I'll take it. ASL, wow, only 51% winner at ASL. Chopper, tiny bit of Kubo. Oh my god. Ugh. Ugh, Niji, what the fuck happened? And Leo? I'm finally free.